September 14th is a very important day just ahead of us for tens of millions of Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and SSI beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss why September 14th is such a key date. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, you certainly want to make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video as we're getting into the thick of everything right now, as this is a very important and very busy month with everything going on right now. So make sure to subscribe right down below the video and feel free to share this one with your friends, family, and social media. And please remember, I'm here every single day to help you out as well as to keep you updated with all of this very important information and to do anything I possibly can to help you during this time, as it is very confusing with all this information going on right now. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. Let's get into this. So as we know, this month is incredibly important. September alone is going to hold some of the most key important packages and dates and voting and all of these things going on right now. In fact, the second half of this month, basically starting this week, is going to be beyond important, especially when it comes to this $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. As we know, this coming week here has a couple key dates ahead of it, just like what we're going to talk about with September 14th. September 15th has another key date. There is so much going on, and then we have the final passing of the packages that is scheduled for later this month in a matter of just like a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. Again, there is so much going on right now, so you probably want to subscribe if you haven't done so. But either way, this is a very, very busy month. It's interesting that Congress wants to pile all of this into a historically very busy month just in itself. And then we have the reconciliation bill and all this other stuff going on top of it. So yeah, wow, it's going to be really busy going on forward. So anyway, with that being said, let's discuss why September 14th is a key date and what does this date actually mean? Well, as I said at the beginning, this is actually going to impact tens of millions of these monthly beneficiaries. Social Security, retirement, disability, survivors, SSI, pretty much everybody is encompassed with the information that will be released on September 14th. And that is going to be the morning of September 14th at 8:30 a.m. East Coast time. The CPI number will be released. Now, why do we care about this and what does it actually stand for? CPI actually stands for Consumer Price Index. Okay, what does it mean? Well, it's actually a measure on inflation. So this is one of the key data points that we need to take note of when it comes to all of these beneficiaries going into the 2022, simply because this number and the inflation data that will be released on September 14th will help us peg how much the actual COLA raise will be in 2022. So we've seen numbers all across the board. In fact, over the last several months here, we've seen inflation running very, very hot, anywhere between about 0.5% and about 0.9% on a month-over-month basis. So about anywhere between about 0.5% and 0.9% every single month, month-over-month. Well, September is going to hold the August inflation data. So usually it's, not usually, every single time they release this, it's in the middle of the month, they give the prior month's inflation data. So this time in mid-September here, we're going to be receiving the inflation data as of August. So out of August. Now this is going to be the second key data point that we need in this factor. So we actually need the data point out of September, which will be released in mid-October. But again, we don't know that yet because it's still in September right now, right? But here's the thing. They're going to take this inflation data and they throw it right in the hopper, and they take all these data points, as in July, August, and September, the inflation data, they throw it in the hopper, they spin it around, and ultimately it gives us a number as to what the actual cost of living adjustment will be in 2022. Now, here's the thing. We've seen numbers all across the board as far as what the COLA raise may be in 2022. Of course, we will not get that number until about probably a month, a little bit more than that from now, probably about 5 weeks from now, we'll get that official announcement out of the Social Security Administration. So we're not that far out from getting that official announcement from them once they have all of these data points from the inflation out of July, August, and September of 2021. Now, here's the thing. We've seen these numbers ranging across the board from anywhere between about 4.7%, 5.1%, 6.1%, 6.2%. I've even seen people talking about a 7.2% cost of living adjustment. This is a big report coming out simply because we have not seen a cost of living adjustment for all of these beneficiaries since the early 80s. 1983 would be about the last time we saw a cost of living adjustment this high. So what? 40 years, almost 40 years, 37 years ago, 38 years ago. Wow. I mean, seriously, this could be a big adjustment going forward. Now, again, I've seen a lot of comments. Anytime I talk about cost of living adjustment, I always see the comments down below saying, you know, I get the cost of living adjustment, they raise my rent, they take away my housing assistance, they raise or they reduce my utility assistance, these other things, they raise my Medicare premiums. I get that. Like, I totally get it. It's kind of like an unfortunate situation that always happens, but here's the thing. Maybe this year, the cost of living adjustment will actually be high enough to offset all of these other costs. If not, we possibly have this other proposal that's floating around right now. In fact, I just brought it to you, I believe 2 days ago. I brought you this new proposal that was coming out of senior Senate Democrats who are talking about this idea of sending out anywhere between $600 and $1,000 in 2022 for millions of beneficiaries to help offset Medicare benefit premiums. So again, that could be a huge benefit right there, because here's the thing. If you get this cost of living adjustment in 2022 and you're looking at it thinking, oh, this is nice, but yet they're going to reduce my other benefits. But then we look at it and say, hey, maybe they'll actually send us out a maybe $600 check, maybe a $1,000 payment to help offset Medicare benefits. That would certainly help out a lot, right? So that maybe you can use this other payment, the $600 or $1,000, to offset Medicare benefits versus actually dipping into your cost of living adjustment, otherwise known as your monthly benefit, to offset these benefits or the cost of your, you know what I mean? So this could be actually a really good thing. The cost of living adjustment may just be a really good thing this time. Even usually, historically, it pretty much is all taken away by other offsets of benefits, right? So we have to continue watching all this very closely. Of course, the cost of living adjustment, of course, it's not a guaranteed raise. There's pretty much nothing guaranteed out there right now, right? Essentially nothing is a guarantee, but it is something that looks like it is probably going to be a pretty healthy raise this year. But this other thing, this other proposal we've been talking about, the $600 to potentially $1,000 for Medicare benefits, that is still not a guarantee, but it is something that was released just about 2 days ago. I brought it to you hot off the wire right as we got that information. But that is another thing out there that's floating around right now to help out these monthly beneficiaries, which could be a really nice thing, right? So this will be coming in a matter of just days from now. September 14th, we'll be getting that announcement. And of course, from there, shortly thereafter, we'll probably be getting some additional reports coming out suggesting what the cost of living adjustment could be based on the latest inflation data. But of course, I just want to remind everybody that this is not the official number. I mean, as far as any estimates that we get this coming week, as far as what the COLA could be, that would not be the official number. The official number will be out of the Social Security Administration, typically late-ish October, usually maybe around the 20th or so, kind of give or take, right around that time. 20th or so of October is around typically when they announce that, the official cost of living adjustment. When Social Security sings, then we've got the official number, right? But until then, we cannot really count on anything until we get that official announcement out of them. They are the ones who kind of run the numbers. They're the ones who give us the official reports. So we cannot anticipate any official numbers until we get it from them, right? So, of course, I just wanted to throw that out there and just make sure that everybody understands this is not the official report. The inflation report is official on September 14th. That is official, but any preliminary numbers on a cost of living adjustment that we get this coming week will only be preliminary, right? Just kind of rough estimations based on the inflation data, but then we'll be waiting for the official report out of Social Security. So just wanted to make that very clear so that there's nothing misunderstood or misleading, anything like that. I just want to be totally clear with the information. So another key date coming up, and again, we do have that other key date this coming week as well, where the House Budget Committee and the Senate Budget Committee need to have all of the stimulus proposals and provisions in their possession so that they can calculate the top line number of this $3.5 trillion package. how much is it actually going to be, and where will the numbers be allocated, right? So again, that'll be another very key date coming out this week. And of course, I will keep you updated as we get all that information. So again, hope this helps you out. Subscribe right down below the video, as you certainly do not want to miss any videos going forward, as the rest of this month is going to be hot, hot, hot with everything coming out right now. Seriously, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out just on literally everything. There's so many big things happening this month. It's just like, it's kind of nuts that Congress piled it all into September, especially the second half of September. We'll see what actually gets done. But either way, I'll be right here keeping you updated every single day. So thanks again. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below. Share the videos with your friends, family, social media. And again, go back and check out those videos from the other day. I believe I had one yesterday morning talking about this $600 to $1,000 benefit that they want to send out to millions of beneficiaries to help offset Medicare benefits next year. So again, thanks again. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you later in the next video.